Do you want to learn how to draw this adorable little skunk? Then you are going to need a couple things like a blank ready to doodle on sheet of paper, a nice black marker to outline your doodle with, something to draw your doodle with, and something to erase any mistakes you might make. If you're ready to draw this cute little skunk, then stick around. Let's get started. So I am going to draw directly in my nice black Sharpie marker. And just remember, if you plan to draw directly in black permanent marker, make sure you have 2 sheets of paper to protect your tabletop. So we are going to start our skunk by creating his face shape. And I am going to off-center his face because I want to have a nice space over to the side for his tail. So I think his tail is going to be very essential for us to tell that he is a little skunk. So I'm going to come over with a curved line. I'm going to leave a little gap here in the middle of my paper, and I'm going to kind of make another curved line over here that matches up with the first one. But I want to leave a little gap because I want to give him a little tuft of fur right there in the middle of his head. So I am going to connect these two with a little curve, and it doesn't need to be a big deep curve. I'm not making a fox, but it's going to have a face shape very similar. So I'm going to connect those two with a nice curved line, and then I can come back up here and I can do my little tufts of fur. So I'm going to create some up, down, almost spike shapes to create just a little bit of fur kind of poking up on the top of his head. And then you can finish off that line. So that way we just have like a little chunk of bangs kind of hanging out here. And then I'm going to come across. And I don't want to go all the way across. I just want to go across enough that when I create his face, I can create that white stripe that maybe goes down from the forehead down to his nose. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to draw in that rounded triangle shape for his nose. And I am going to color it in black. So if you are drawing directly in marker, you can go ahead and color it in. If not, you can go ahead and color it in when you are ready to outline. And then I'm going to kind of come down from up here in his bangs. And then I'm going to kind of curl out towards his nose. So I want it to be kind of straight and skinny. And then I want to curl out towards the end of his nose. And that way I can add a little white stripe here in the middle of all the black that I'm going to have for my skunk. I can go ahead and add in his 2 eyes. I'm going to add 2 eyes, 2 nice ovals, one on each side. And I'm going close to his nose. I'm not going all the way down. I'm not staying up high. I'm kind of going, so we're really close to where his nose is. I'm going to do a big circle attached to a smaller circle. So my upside down number 8, and then you can go in and color that in. And again, if you're not drawing directly in marker, wait until you're done drawing in pencil before you go into color, because you can pause the video when you need. I'm not going to give him a mouth. You can go ahead and draw in a little, well, let's give him a little smile. We'll give him a little smile. It could be a little stinker, literally. So add in whatever you need. If you want him to be a little girl skunk, get creative. Add in your 2 eyelashes, maybe give her a bow, but whatever you want to help make your little skunk your own. I am making her ears a little bit more on the squarish side. I'm not going to make them pointy. I don't really want her to come off like a fox, and I'm not going to make them half oval shapes because I definitely don't want her to end up looking like a bear. Inside the ears, I am going to draw almost all the way around with that same ear shape. That way I can leave the insides pink and leave the outsides that black color that my skunk will be. Now we get to work on her body. So now I'm going to come down here And I'm going to come from probably about underneath both eyes, and I'm going to create a slightly curved out line. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to slightly curve out a line. And then on the inside, I'm going to kind of match that curve. Match that curve. And I just don't want these touching. If they are touching, that is okay, but try very hard to leave just a small gap. And then I'm going to connect those two. And these are going to be her front paws. And you can go ahead and add 2 little lines to it, just so that way you can tell that that's her paw area. In between, I'm going to add a slightly curved line that goes up a little bit from the edge. That's just kind of where she's sitting, and her body is meeting the ground. And in the middle here, I want her to have a white patch of fur here. So you can either make it spiky, like the tip up here, or you can round it. I think I'm going to continue with the spikes, and I'm just going to make those go across where her arms are, so this can be a white fur and the rest of her body here can remain black. And that'll help give us that black-white contrast, so that way we know for a fact that this is just a little skunk. On each side of her body, I'm going to come down and in with almost that heart type shape, like if I was drawing a heart. And those are going to be her legs. She is sitting, so we've got her 2 little legs. And then for her feet, we're just going to come around with ovals and try to match up about where that lower part of her body is back here. And you can add 1 or 2 little toes. And so now we have our little fox. She's super cute. She's going to be even cuter when we get to color her in. But she's just sitting here looking all, not fox, our skunk. See, I got fox on the brain. All right, now I want to add in her big puffy tail. And her tail is almost going to look like a fox tail or a squirrel tail almost. I am going to curve it up and out, kind of in almost an S shape. So I'm going to come up very close to her head, and I am going to curl down and almost in a little bit. And I think squirrel is probably the best way to kind of describe how my tail will be, because she is going to have a very squirrel looking tail. But when we color her black and white, there's going to be no mistaking that we are making a cute little skunk. Now I'm going to come up and around almost like a question mark, and I'm going to come down into where her foot is. So she does come off looking a little squirrely. So I'm going to come into the middle of her tail here, and I am going to create just some little kind of bumps here, or some little jagged lines to help create the look that will be the white stripe in the middle. And I got plenty of room over here that I can almost double that line just a little bit, and I want it to kind of get a little closer together as it comes down in the middle. So all out here we can have nice black, we can have our nice white stripe down the middle of the tail, and we can continue with the black out there. I'm going to go ahead and add a horizon line in, and I'm going to make it up kind of high. She's nice and big and takes up a good chunk of my paper, but I still want to have a nice ground space that she's sitting on, and then up here will be my sky. And maybe I have plenty of room up here. I could add a cloud, I could draw on a tree. You can add anything that you would like to help finish off your doodle and make it your own. So now that we have our adorable little skunk drawn, it is time to color. So let's go ahead and grab our crayons, our markers, our paints, whatever it is that you enjoy adding color with, and let's go ahead and make this little skunk an adorable little black and white creature. Look at how adorable our little skunk is. Absolutely love her. I did add a little pink to my cheeks so they looked a little rosy, and to take away from so much of the black and white, I also added a little pink in her ears. I did not do my sky because we just couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I was kind of thinking of adding big flowers, but I didn't really know. So I just decided to leave my background blank. It can stay a blank canvas until I know what I want to do. But I really hope that you had fun drawing this cute little baby skunk. I'm going to name her Petunia. And I cannot wait to see what else you guys do and come up with, and I hope that you join me again for another amazing doodle. I can't wait to see you. I hope that you have a great, absolutely wonderful and awesome day. Happy doodling!